Hello, 8Es, receiving teachers and students. Thank you. You may sit down. All right, 8Es and receiving students. Now, in our previous lesson, we looked at addition and subtraction of fractions. And we corrected the first question, which was on addition, adding fractions. I told you to do the other question that was on subtraction of fractions for your homework. So we're going to correct that exercise now. So can I have, let's have a volunteer to come to the board and write his or her working out on the board. The question was 4/5 take away 2/3, where you were to use the LCD rule to subtract 4/5 take away 2/3. All right, we'll have Leonie to come up and show her working out on the board. And you others, you just check if you have the same answer, the same working out, or you have a different working out. Okay. All right, are there any receiving students and 8Es? Do you have another working out that you would also like to show on the board? Or you have that as your correct, you have the same working out, all of you? Receiving students? Okay, let's have Leonie. Sorry, can you explain how did you get your answer as 215? Please.
The lowest common denominator is 15, so 15 is the lowest common denominator, so 15 into 5 goes 3 times, multiply with 4, and that's 12, so 12 over 15. Same LCD divided with 3 again. Get the answer and plus it with times it with 2, and you'll get 10. That's on the other side. Okay. And last of all, subtract 12 and 10, get 12, the final answer.
Okay, thank you, Leonie. You others, do you have the same explanation as what she gave? Yes? All right. Now, okay, just one slight correction here. The equal sign, okay, when you are writing up your equal sign must be in line with the fraction bar, okay? You have something like this, all right? 8Es and receiving students, when you are writing your fraction with the equal sign, your equal sign must always be in line with this is called the fraction bar, all right? Okay, so Leonie said you get the LCD of 5 and 3, the LCD which is 15, all right? So 15, you say 15 divided by 5. 15 divided by 5. Okay, if you say, when you use divide, use it when you put the big number first. You say 15 divided by 5, not 5 divided by 15, that's wrong, right? 8Es and receiving students, you say 15 divided by 5, or 15 divided by 3. Okay, 8Es and receiving students. So you say 15 divided by 5, which is 3. 3 times 4 is 12, and then, okay, 3 times 4 is 12. Right, do the same with this next fraction. 15 divided by 3, which is 5. 5, what? Times 2, which is 10. Okay, so we have the same same denominator, which is 15. So now you can subtract. 12 take away 10 is 2 over 15. Okay, 80s and receiving students, same with this one too. When you write your answer, your equal sign must be in line with the fraction bar. So it's not straight. Alright. Okay. Are there any questions, 80s and receiving students? If there aren't any questions, receiving students and 8Es, I have a problem for you to solve. Okay? Receiving students. Okay, I'll give you 2 minutes quickly, right? Maybe in your groups, try to solve this problem, right? Receiving students, read the problem and try to solve the problem, or you solve the problem. Okay, just 2 minutes in your groups. What are you going to do? Okay, have we finished? All right, 2 minutes up. Who's got an answer? All right, Diana. Okay, Diana, can you come up to the front, please, and write your answer? You show you're working out. Okay.
First, you have to find the lowest common denominator for 5 and 3. The lowest common denominator is 15. And then you divide. In other ways, you can multiply across and get the numerator for that denominator. 3 multiplied by 3 is 9. 5 multiplied by 2 is 10. And then you add straight. 9 add 10 equals 19 on 5. That's improper fraction. You change it to mixed numbers. That's 1/8 and 4/5.
Okay, thank you, Diana. All right, 80s and receiving students, did you get that? Or you have another explanation? All right. The problem reads, the children ate 3/5 of a pawpaw. The next day, they ate 2/3 of the pawpaw again. The next day they ate 2/3 of a pawpaw. How much pawpaw did the children eat altogether? So here, are we adding or subtracting? All right, we are adding 3/5 plus 2/3 to find the amount, how much pawpaw they ate. So why did we get 15? 80s and receiving students? What is 15? All right, 15 is the lowest common denominator of which numbers? Of 5 and 3, okay? Of 5 and 3. So, all right, because you said 15 is the lowest common denominator of 5 and 3, right? Do this, the same, not to apply the same rule where you divide 15 divided by 5, which is, what's 15 divided by 5? 3. Okay, 3 times 3 is 9. Right? Same with the next one. 15 divided by 3, which is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. So 9 plus 10 is 19 over 15. What type of fraction is 19 over 15? It's an improper fraction. So what do you do? All right. Leonie?
Change it into mixed fraction.
All right. You have to change it into a mixed fraction by multiplying? By dividing. Okay. So when you divide, now remember that this one here, it looks like it's a 14. If you put it together with 4, it looks like it's 14 over 15. So what should your one, okay, one should be like this, equals 1 whole and 4 over 15. Okay. Right, 80s and receiving students. Okay. Okay, so that's very important. Your addition sign, your equal sign, you must know how to write it down, okay? All right, now let's move on to our topic, 80s and receiving students. Right, our topic for today's lesson is on multiplying fractions. We've already looked at addition and subtraction of fractions, making a fraction wall. Now we are moving on. We'll move on to our topic, our new topic, which is on multiplying fractions. All right. Okay, let's have a look at this problem. A half times 4 over 15, right? 80s and receiving students. A half times 4 over 15. Let's look at this example together. Now, when we are multiplying fractions, there are different methods that we must use or follow in order to, when multiplying fractions. Okay, a half times 4 over 15. Right, let's look at some of the methods. Okay. Number 1, when multiplying two fractions, all right? Now, what type of fractions, a half times 4 over 15, what type of fractions are those? Receiving students? They are proper fractions, a half times 4 over 15. All right. The first point, it says, okay, if needed, write the fractions as improper fraction. Do you see any need where you can change them into proper fraction? No. Into improper fractions? No, because they are not what? Receiving students in 80s? They are not mixed numbers, all right? They are proper fractions. They are not mixed numbers. If you see any mixed numbers there, you can change into what? Improper fraction. Okay. The next point, it says cancel common factors from the numerators and the denominators. Okay. A half times 4 over 15. Do you see any common factors that you can cancel? Yes? Yes or no? Which numbers? Okay, Fiona?
Cancel 2 and 4.
All right, good. Cancel 2 and 4. Why cancel 2 and 4? Receiving students? Okay, you look at the step, the method or the rule when multiplying two fractions. Okay, cancel common factors from the numerators and the denominators. So you said cancel 2 and 4. Why are you going to cancel 2 and 4? Okay, Fiona again.
Because 2 and 4 are even numbers.
All right, yes, you can say 2 and 4 even numbers. What else? Diana?
Because 2 is the common factors of 2 and 4.
Very good, okay. The common factor in there, okay, that can go evenly into 2 and 4 is 2. That's why we can cancel. All right, we can cancel 2 and 4. Can we cancel 1 and 15? No, we cannot. All right. Once we have cancelled, the next rule says, okay, multiply the remaining numerators and denominators. And then simplify as possible. So who's got an answer? Receiving students and 80s.
Two over 15.
2 over 15. Okay, let's see if, thank you. Let's see if his answer is correct. Okay, a half times 4 over 15. Now we said we cancel 2 and 4 because the, 2 and 4 has the common factor is 2. So 2 into 2 is 1. 2 into 4 is 2. Now we said we multiply the numerator and the denominator. So 1 times 2 over 1 times 15. So our answer is 2 over 15. All right, 80s and receiving students. All right. So these are some of the steps to follow when you are multiplying two fractions. Okay, let's look at the other example. The other example, 3 whole and 2/3 times 3 whole and 3/11. Okay, 3 whole and 2/3 times 3 whole and 3/11. All right, receiving students and 80s, quickly, I'll give you just 1 minute to work that one out. Right, have you finished? Okay, who's finished? Okay, Michael, have you finished? Abby?
Nine whole and 3 over 11.
9 whole and 3 over 11. Okay, Michael, can you just come up to the board and show your working out? Okay, you others, you have a different answer? Okay. So while Michael is showing his working out, Abby, can you come up to the board and also show your working out on the other side? Who's also finished? So you go up and write your working out on the other side, next to Michael's. Yeah. Okay, Michael, when you finish, you're going to explain your answer, how you got. Where's the mic? Okay, you check your answer. Just check your answers. Check against their answers. All right, Michael is going to explain his answer first, so he's working out.
Okay, this is how I got 2 or 1. 3 into 3 goes 1. Okay, 3 into 3 goes 1. Okay, 2 remains the same, and 11 remains the same. Okay, all numbers 3 times 3 goes 9. Okay, the answer is 9 over 3 over 11.
Okay, so that's how you got your answer, Michael. Okay, good. Now we'll have Natasha to explain her how she got her answer.
Okay, this is how I got my answer. Two times mixed fractions, you have to change them to improper first. So I times 3 times 3 plus 2 and got 11 over 3. And 11 times 3 plus 3 and got 36 over 11. And then it was easy to cancel because they had the same common factor, 3. So 3 into 3 is 1, and 3 into 36 is 12. And 11 into 11 is 1, and 11 into 11 is 1. So 1 times 12 is 12, and 1 times 1 is 1. So my answer is 12 whole.
12 whole. Okay, thank you, Natasha. All right. So you others, I think you also have the same answer as Natasha. Yes? The same working out as what she has. Okay. Now, the two types of fractions multiplied together are mixed numbers. Receiving students, they are mixed fractions. Okay? Now, when you're multiplying two mixed numbers together, following the rule or the method when multiplying two fractions, when you have two mixed numbers, what do? Do you go ahead and cancel? Or what do you do first? All right, you have to change the mixed numbers, all right, into what type of fraction? Right, into an improper fraction, okay? So 3 3 whole and 2/3 must be changed into an improper fraction times 3 whole and 3/11 must also be changed into an improper fraction because they are mixed numbers. So 3 times 3 is, what's 3 times 3? Okay, sorry, times 3 times 3 is 9. 9 plus 2 is 11 over 3 times 3 times 11 is 33 plus 3, 36 over 11. Now what do we do next? Okay, cancel the common factors. Okay, see if there's any common factors, you cancel. So here, let's say we're cross cancelling. All right, so 3 and 36, what common factor is there? It can go evenly into 3 and 36, 3. So 3 into 3 is 1, 3 into 36 is 12. Okay. What about this 11 and 11? This way. Can we cancel? Yes. Okay, by what number? 11. Okay, 11 into 11 is 1. 11 into 11 is 1. So, what do we do next? Multiply the numerators and the denominator. So 1 times 12, 1 times 12 is 12. 1 times 1 is 12 over 1, which is equal to 12 whole. So Natasha got her answer as 12. 12 whole. 12 over 1 is the same as 12. Hands up if you got 12. Hands up, hands straight up. Okay. Okay, very good. Hands down. All right. This is what I'd like you to do, 80s and receiving students. Okay, I'd like you to get this, copy these questions down quickly, please. Your activity. Okay, into your exercise books, receiving students, can you copy this activity down quickly? Into your exercise books. Okay, we finished copying it down? Yes? Okay, I'll move on to the next slide. C and D. Okay, finished? Yes? Okay, the next one. Okay, I want 80s and receiving students, I want you to do A and E. Do A and E for us to correct. All right, receiving students, copy the activity down A to E, and I'd like you to do that as do it for your activity. Okay, but we'll do A and E first so we can correct it now. All right, class, model class and receiving students. All right. So which two are you going to do for us to correct now? A and E. Okay, go ahead and do A and E, please. Receiving students can do A and E. We will correct A and E. The rest of the activity you can do it for your homework. Excuse me. Can I wrap that one? All right, have we finished? A? All right. Who's finished E? Okay. Can we have receiving students? If you have finished, you can go up to the board and show your working out on the board, and then you can also explain your answer to your classmates. All right, Malcolm is going to do A. Thank you. Now for E. Okay, we'll have Abby to do E. All right. Okay, please come up to the board now. And you others, you check if you have your answers the same as theirs, or if you have a different answer. Okay, Malcolm, can you explain your answer, please?
5 times 1 is 5 and 2 times 5 is 10. So you cancel 5 and 2 and get it and put it as 1 times 5 or 1 times 10 over 5. Okay, after, write it down and you divide it 10 into 5 and you'll get your answer 2/5.
Okay, thank you, Malcolm, for your explanation. You can go and sit down. All right. You others, do you have the same answer as Malcolm's, or you have a different answer? Okay, if you have a different answer, can you just come and just do any change over here? Just make some changes here, or if you have a different answer. Okay, that's okay, leave it there. Okay, you just explain why you put that, your answer.
Okay, my answer is 8 over 15. We have no common factor on this, there's no common factor. So we just multiply numerator to numerator and denominator to denominator to come up with the answer.
Okay, did you hear, sorry, what's your name again? Eddie. Okay, did you hear what Eddie said? Yes? 80s, what did Eddie say? All right, okay. Eddie explained that because 4/5 times 2/3, can you, there isn't any common factor that you can divide evenly into, all right? So can you see any common factors in there, in these two fractions? 2 and 5, can 2 go into 5, 2 into 5 evenly? No. What about 4 and 3? Any common factors in there? No. So what Eddie said was because there aren't any common factors, he just multiplied the numerator and the denominator. Okay, so 4 times 2, which is 8, 5 times 3, which is 15, 8 over 15. Okay, 80s and receiving students, because there aren't any common factors in here. So you just go straight ahead with multiplying the numerator and the denominator. Okay, sorry Abby for keeping you waiting. You explain your answer, or you're working out.
To get my answer, I first changed the mixed fraction to improper fraction, and then I multiplied it straight away because there is no common factor. Then I got my answer and I simplified it to mixed numbers.
All right, thank you, Abby. Hands up if you got 9 whole and 3 over 8. Hands straight up. All right, good. Hands down. So what Abby explained, receiving students, the mixed number, you're multiplying two mixed numbers, so what do? Change into, okay, you change into an improper fraction. So she came up with 5 over 4. She changed this into an improper fraction, and 1 whole and 1/4 became 5 over 4. 7.5 became 15 over 2. It's changed into 15 over 2 as an improper fraction. So are there any common factors where you can divide, where you can see to divide evenly into each? Any common factors? No. So what did she do? She multiplied the numerators and the denominator. The denominator is so her answer was 75 over 8. What's 75 over 8? What type of fraction is that? Improper fraction. So she had to simplify or change it into a mixed number. All right, so 80s and receiving students, like I said, the other activity, B, C, and D. B, C, and D, you can do that for your homework. Once again, when we are multiplying fractions, okay, make sure you remember the rules, all right? When you're multiplying fractions, you remember the rules, okay? Rules of multiplying fractions. When you have a mixed number, when you multiply two mixed numbers, what do?
Change them to improper fraction.
Okay, good. Change the mixed numbers into improper fractions. That's when you are multiplying two mixed numbers. All right. After that, okay, you can cancel. All right. Cancel common factors from the numerators and denominators. And then, once you've cancelled, what do? You multiply the remaining numerators and denominators. And then after that, you can simplify. All right. So thank you, 80s and receiving students. We'll stop here. Our key phrase for today's lesson, receiving teachers, is on multiplying fractions. Thank you, 80s and receiving students, for participating in today's lesson.